gonna give it a bit. Let y'all come. We got some things to draw. Things will be drawn today. We also have a few things to yap about, as always, because I love yapping. About things I like. We should yap for a little bit before we storm. Let me just move this over. Yeah, there we go. We got things to yap about. Although I guess I'd like to re-yap about Bill for a second. Just yap about Bill for a second. Me. Because apparently people don't like this outfit for Bill, and I'm just confused as to why that is. Like, I can understand if people don't like this year's theme of, like, basically dressing similarly to a dessert and matching, like, the seasons or whatever. Like, I can understand that. But I don't think any of these outfits are poorly designed or thought out, that's for sure. Like, I don't think that. People are like, why are his socks green? Why are his pants red? Well, first of all, those are the colors for these outfits. There's clearly a theme going on, and the theme is these colors. Some characters are probably going to wear it more than others. Like, Sebek is just mostly red. Vil has more going on a bit. And second, I think people just get caught up on the idea that Vil can't wear more than one color or shade of purple. Or they think anything that makes him look masculine is weird. Because I do kind of remember some people pointing out his dream outfit looked kind of funny. But then again, it's wearing darker colors, so they don't care. Because it's in the color palette scheme. But like, anytime he's wearing something that isn't like purple or like dark colors, people think he looks weird, and I'm just like, no, he doesn't. You just hate the idea of him wearing more than just whatever colors you thought were associated with him, along with the fact that, like, as a character, Vil wears whatever he thinks makes him look good. That's why. I also feel like people get hung up on his dislike of traditional gender norms because he just thinks they're stupid and outdated. Like, he doesn't disagree with the fact that he is a man, he just disagrees with the fact that the idea of skincare shouldn't be gendered. Or that, like, clothes are gendered. Like, that's just what Vil's character is. He's like, anything that you deem is beautiful, and you work to achieve it. That's the character. I'm just saying. I think I wrote it down better when I was talking about it before. Because sometimes I just write my thoughts to myself, but, like, I don't know. I just feel like that needs to be said because I don't think he looks stupid and I don't think he looks chopped. People who think that have a very, like, not well understanding of Vil's character, honestly. Because again, also in context of these cards, the characters are picking out these outfits for themselves. And most of the time, most of the outfits do have some of the characters' design inputs in mind, as in like their own personal tastes in fashion and stuff like that. And so like this isn't even the first time Vil has like done something. Hello! Hello, Marcus! You caught me yapping about Vil. I'm mostly talking to myself, but I'm just like... I'm confused as to why people think this Vil outfit looks bad. That's basically how we're starting off today. Like, I'm just talking about, like, how this doesn't look bad. Especially from, like, a design point in the context of, like, you know, the cards, as well as just the basic theming of these birthday events, that they're dressing up in the colors similar to the desserts that are paired with their seasonal birthday dessert or whatever. It's like, it's not Christmas vibes. Just because you see red plaid doesn't automatically mean Christmas. Vil is a fashionista. What do you mean? Exactly! Like, I feel like people just get hung up on the fact that Vil, as a character, usually wears dark colors, which is fine, you know, most of the characters do. But again, Vil isn't really against the idea of, like, wearing other colors. He's a model, after all. He's supposed to wear a bunch of stuff that maybe won't necessarily fall in line with his personal taste, but he's always gonna make it look good. He made wearing, like, outdoor gear look hot and attractive. Like, he'll do anything to make something look better than it is. And I feel like people also get tripped up when his outfits make him look more masculine than usual. Because, like, Vil's kind of an androgynous looking character, like, intentionally, even in his voice. But he's still a guy. And he's not necessarily against the idea of wearing stuff that's masculine either. He just hates the idea of, like, societal gender norms being so stupid and old and strict. That's about it. He's not, like, extremely, like, I'll do whatever I want. He's more like, I'll dress however I want because it makes me look good. There's, like, a difference. There's a difference between doing whatever you want and doing whatever you want that makes you actually look good. And Vil is an example of doing whatever you want that makes you look good. Like, that's kind of the point of his character. And it fits with the themes of Snow White, too. The idea of, like, perseverance or whatever. Hello! I am just overanalyzing Vil because I feel like people forget what his character is actually like. And I don't blame them because the English version does kind of do a lot of the characters a disservice because it kind of simplifies them a bit too much. I have my complaints about English localizations, okay? They're not always malicious. Sometimes they're just too simplified. And I said it, Vil made this birthday event in this outfit. Yeah, exactly. He's the one who coordinated his own outfit, and he's done this a few times. There's only, like, a few instances where he doesn't, like, design his own outfits. Oh yeah, tell us the good news. I kind of read over that you said you had good news to share. What is the news? Enlighten us. We must celebrate. This is exciting. I made a Wattpad and chapter 1 of Broken Mirrors is here. Hey! We're getting our fix out there! Beautiful! I love it! I was never much of a fanfic writer myself, but I will support. 11 people saw it and I just made it. Oh, that's great! I love that for you. Again, I'm not really used to the writing scene when it comes to fanfic stuff, so I'm not very familiar with most of it, but like, I'm proud of you. It takes courage to share your thoughts online, honestly, these days. Even if it's just fun little fanfics. I think I've concluded my discussion about Vil. Just, in short, Vil looks good, you just don't know his character. And you have stupid expectations. Twisted Wonderland Broken Mirrors on Wattpad, I am so happy. Now on to the drawing idea that I said last week that we would be doing. The Twisted Wonderland Fire Emblem crossover thing. I even have like I changed it up a little bit, but I do have an image of notes that I wrote of like what characters would be what class, because I have this Awakening art book off to the side. And I wanna draw the characters more as like JRPG type sort of fantasy classes. Where is it? Where are my notes? Where are my notes? Ooh, yeah. Because again, I like Fire Emblem quite a lot. I mean, I got into it because of Awakening, but I've been enjoying a lot of games from Fire Emblem for a while now. For a couple years, actually. Oh, hey, bestie. Oh, no. I hope you can come back soon. I'll go read Adriana's fanfic on Wattpad. Twisted Wonderland Broken Mirrors. The bestie deserves support. But this is an old picture of the notes I wrote down. Because I completely forgot that there's like snipers. And snipers on horseback in Fire Emblem Awakening. So I ended up putting Rook down as something that I have switched him. I switched him from Paladin because that doesn't really make that much sense. And I put him back as a archer? Bow Knight, I think it is. Cause like I forgot there were snipers and bow knights in Awakening. Cause like I played Awakening, I've played the Fire Emblem Fates games, and I've played 3 houses. And not all of the class unit types will carry over, and they all kind of have differences in each game. So, Rook is no longer a paladin, he is a bow knight. Yes, a bow knight. And I think that's about the only change I made. I think the only exception when it comes to, like, mostly using Awakening type units is Malleus. Because, the noble... Because, like, Awakening has, like, a version of a noble unit, but that's, like, for Chrom. And that has nothing to do with magic and swords and turning into a dragon. But the noble unit for, Corrin in Awakening, it's either the Hoshida Noble or the Noria Noble. That one, they're basically the same thing with different outfits. Where it's like, you can use swords, you can use magic, you can turn into a dragon. And I'm like, that's the only Fire Emblem class that is very specific to what I imagined for Malleus, so I could have a little bit more fun coming up with an outfit for him. It's probably gonna lean more onto the Norian version of the noble unit, but that's when we get there. Right now we're focusing on Hearts of the Mule. It would be funny to make them all soldier units, but I feel like that defeats the purpose. Hello, welcome. Welcome, new person. I am making a silly crossover drawing of Twisted Wonderland characters as Fire Emblem units. Because I like both of these games very much. And I'm having fun with it. Although I'm kind of more like leaning more on the awakening designs of these units, not really the other versions of these units like Three Houses or the Fates games. Because again, they change up the designs of these classes a lot between games, and some of these classes sometimes are unique to certain games. I think Three Houses has like more like new types of units, but that one also just has a completely different system when it comes to how you level up the characters. Also, don't judge me, I can't draw horses. I'm sorry, Vorpal. I'm sorry, Vorpal, I cannot draw horses. He's just gonna kind of be cut off. But he does get a little bit of a fancy outfit. Oh, we're chugging. Oh, we're chugging, alright. That's not good. This is... chugging. I got... Hello, Mercury, welcome back. I am committing to my Fire Emblem Twisted Wonderland crossover thing, and my computer is lagging. I have to fight the computer because it is lagging, and I even set up like a fun little, like, I have the art book open off to the side so I can reference the outfits. Dang it. I just came back from listening to You Don't Have to Be a Star by Marilyn and Billy. Be Thankful for What You Got by William Duvall, and Love Train by OJ's. Lovely. How lovely. I'm probably gonna keep the music off, because that might help with the lagging. And it did. Wow, just turning off the music and everything is running so much smoother right now. How sad. I have a riddle Nendoroid also off to the side that I'm kind of looking at for the face. It's like, I don't want to be looking down. Like, how dare you? It's running smoother, I guess. Unfortunately, the copyright-free music has to go. Background jams. Make it a twist event one now. Ooh! I'll go and rest now. Bye-bye. Bye, Mercury. Have fun. Enjoy your rest. And these aren't going to be like full illustrations either because that'll take a lot. I mean, I want to eventually get to a point where it's like full illustrations. But I can't draw horses. And I kind of want to get all the characters down. At least. Although I might change Lily, as I have him written down as like a wyvern lord. But I don't know if I want to keep that. Because the armored units for Awakening are very bulky. And like almost all the heavily armored units are very bulky looking. And I don't really like it. Like I have a personal bias against the very bulky, tanky armored units. But like there is like a unit class categorized as general, and I'm like, oh, General Lilia, but I don't like how they look. I don't know, we'll see. We'll figure out what to do with Lilia when we get there. Honestly, I don't mind if he kind of comes out looking a little bit like Leo from Fire Emblem Fates. Because that is the same class. He's also a Dark Knight as like his base unit. Or at least he has access to that unit class. They kind of have a similar hair going on, but not really. Riddle has that very heart-shaped bangs going on, and I forget what the little hair thing is called. I don't want to say the wrong word. But you know the little hair antennas. His heart-shaped hair antennas. But I've drawn Riddle enough times to get it down just right. I honestly really love Riddle's hair antennas. They're so, like, such a cute design for a character that's kind of insane. He's just that much more adorable. Baby boy. She's adorable. And I'm still sad I only have one overblock card, and it is Ida. Like, I love Ida's overblock design. I just think his Styx, commander outfit, whatever, is a little bit boring. I mean, I love it. He looks good in it, but I'm just like, man, Punk Riddle is so, he looks so good, and I don't have it. And it makes me feel sad. Cause like it's just so much the opposite of what Riddle usually acts like, but it still feels very Riddle. It's like Riddle without the childhood trauma. It's basically what it is. He just said, "You only need me." Pretty much. I actually have a lot of Ignihide guards. And I think that's kind of funny. Because, like, there's only 2 characters for Ignihide, but I feel like I have mostly those 2. Ortho and Ida, especially when it comes to the SSRs. I don't have that many for Kaleem and Jamil, even though I do pull for them from time to time. I just end up with a lot of the Ignihide cards. When it comes to the SSRs. I find that amusing. But then again, like, the way that the dorms are kind of organized, you're probably gonna get more cards of, like, Ignihide or Scarabia because there's only 2 characters, so you'll be able to fill them out more. You were claimed as the owner now. I'm the owner of Ignihide. Oh, I got Messy Bedhead Riddle on my home screen today. Yay! Oh yeah, speaking of yapping, the Great Mouse Detective event going on. It's already off to a hilarious start. I love it. It's so goofy. I still need to read the whole thing though. It takes me a while to actually read like some translations for the events. But so far it is so silly. Apparently the reason they shrink is because Grimm started running off with a potion Appel was carrying that he was supposed to make because Vil told him to or something. And they just happened to run into Trey, who was also carrying a bunch of potions from Science Club, Jamil, who was carrying fireworks, and Silver, who was just randomly given a potion that he has no idea what it is, and he's supposed to give it to somebody or something. Like, I have no idea what this is. And then they all crash into each other, and then now they're tiny. While also there's a rat problem going on, not rat problem, a mice problem going on at Night Raven College. And I think, because I was like playing through the event myself, so I saw this scene, but I haven't seen people explain what was actually going on yet. But I think Vil doesn't like mice. And I think he almost swats at them because he thinks they're mice when he enters the sewing room or something. I don't know. But I don't know, I think Vil almost tried to kill one of them by accident. Meanwhile, Silver, well, I guess we're tiny now. They shrink down, even their clothes and accessories don't fit anymore, and I think that's kind of a hilarious detail. Because then they're running around on screen behind a pile of clothes. Those pajama outfits are so useful. Ever since they came up with the pajama outfits and the loungewear outfits for the characters, they've definitely been using them a lot when it comes to like the new main story stuff, and now this event. It's like, it's really useful. I hope I get this color looking right. But I also think it's funny that when they're trying to make their, like, scrap fabric clothes, there's a moment where Silver is just like, okay, I am ready. And he barely has anything on, and he's like, and they're all like, Silver, what are you doing? You can't go out like that. And he's like, what? My vitals are covered. And they're all like, no, go back. You need to cover more than just your vitals. You need to cover up your muscles too. We can't handle it. It's too much. It's too powerful. It would blindside everybody. But also the funny thing about it is that when because Appel's the first one who finishes making his outfit, and they're like, "What? Oh wow, that's so cute!" Button on your head or whatever, and he's like, "It's not cute. It's for protection. Anything can fall on your head. We're tiny. We need protection." And then everybody's like, "Oh yeah, you have a point." And then they start putting stuff on top of their heads too. But Silver is the one who's like, "We also need a weapon." So they have sewing needles as like little swords, and I think it's very adorable. They have little sewing needle swords and little funky helmets of various little tiny items. And also Trey's makeshift glasses made from the remains of his broken lenses. That's a funny detail. It's like, how are we gonna have Trey see? Because this dude is blind without his glasses. He's just gonna make some with the shattered lenses. That's totally how that works. I might clean this up a little bit later. I don't feel like it. But that's just part of the coloring. I keep seeing Tomodachi stuff, even though the game's not out yet. Tomodachi, yeah, everybody loves it. I've seen some very funny creations people have made. There's a reason why they're not gonna give this game online access, that's for sure. It's only a demo and people are creating insane things. It's hilarious. And childish at the same time. But I feel like that is the charm of the original Tomodachi Life 2. Like, you can kind of just create whatever you wanted, in a sense. Sure, there's filters, but people are always gonna try and figure out how to make something cursed. Also, I saw Fox and the Hound. I want an event now. Oh yeah, that'd be a really interesting one. I like that movie. That movie doesn't get talked about as much, but I think it's cute. At least Great Mouse Detective is getting some respect. We need more. We need more of these sort of lesser appreciated Disney movies. Cause like, I feel like the appreciation for some of these movies definitely comes and goes. But like, they still need to be appreciated more because it just kind of proves the fact that there was always good ideas even back when the company was kind of in its weird, struggling phase back in like the 70s. Now I want Appel and Floyd in my game to get married because they keep crushing on each other. Thank goodness I didn't unlock the clothes store yet. It'd be more angst. Yeah, by the time you unlock the little clothing thing, they just turn into advertisements of like, buy the full Tomodachi Life. Please buy the full Tomodachi Life. When Tomodachi Life comes out, please buy the full thing and you can do so much more. I don't think that happened with the original demo. Either that or I kept resetting it anyway because it kind of doesn't save. I don't know, but I don't think that happened with the original 3DS demo. Or at least it wasn't as, like, egregious of, like, an advertisement of, like, please buy Tomodachi Life. Please buy Tomodachi Life. That is a terrible, terrible Joel. It's a terrible Joel impression. Or was it Vinny? I don't know who said it. Please buy Tomodachi. Please play Doom Shooter. I like the color for the Dark Knight. It looks so extra. I love it. I love it when things look extra. And Riddle needs his crown. His adorable little crown. Ooh, I hear it got leaked in the game. I heard the Avatar Aang movie got leaked. Like, I know it is sometimes possible for people to get a full game from a demo sometimes. So I'm not really surprised if people manage to, like, leak Tomodachi Life or something, or they manage to, like, get a full version of it. But dang, the Avatar Aang movie got leaked because Paramount sucks. Oh, apparently they just have terrible cybersecurity training over there. Because I don't think it's the first time anything that they kind of worked on for an animated project has gotten leaked. Because, like, I know for certain businesses, especially anything entertainment related, they definitely, even the Disney parks, they definitely be telling you, like, do not fall for phishing scams. Even if you are just an employee who doesn't even have access to, like, secret documentation or whatever, they're like, do not fall for phishing scams. We will be teaching you all these things about potential phishing scams. Please do not fall for them. But apparently Paramount doesn't care, or there's just disgruntled employees there who are purposely leaking things to hacker groups. By purposely falling for their phishing scams or something. That's why I see wedding and other stuff. Yeah, because I also know that, like, with, especially back in the day, when demo discs were a thing for, like, PlayStations and whatnot, some games, the studios didn't do a good job at, like, making a demo, in the sense where it's, like, they had, like, a full game already in there, but they just prevented you from, like, accessing most of it. So some people were able to access the entire game because the demo disc was just basically a preview of the entire game or something. I think that happened with one of the Crash Bandicoot spin-off games. I think it was like the Mario Party clone of Crash Bandicoot that had this issue. But like it's documented that this happens sometimes. But I feel like for Tomodachi Life, it might just be if you don't access the clothing store, you might be able to unlock a few more things before it, like, prevents you from unlocking things. At least that's what I've noticed with some of the stuff I've seen for Tomodachi Life. I love seeing Silver just stand there as a Pell and Floyd be cute. Silver's just there vibing. It's not really that far off from how he usually is, too. He's kind of just there. But he's a sweet boy. He's not trying to be intimidating. He just be falling asleep sometimes. He has a resting bitch face. It's okay. We love you, Silver. And your resting bitch face. It's a pretty one. He's got a pretty resting bitch face. Yes, the armor. The armor for the Dark Knight. The Dark Knight armor. This is where I'm gonna get a little bit more creative, because, I don't really like drawing too much armor stuff, and I'm trying to combine these with their, dorm uniform outfits. So we're gonna have a little bit of fun with this. I made Silver for fun, because IDK, who else to make? I think you made the perfect choice. He's just sitting there being cute. I appreciate that. When I get the game, I'll make him have someone. But who would I send with him? I don't know, Sebek. Maybe Malleus. Oh, Riddle. They can be horse buddies. They can talk about horseback riding. Our horse boys. Or just have the equestrian club all together. Ooh, that'd be good. Yeah. It's kind of hard to tell what I'm doing real quick, but I kind of want the collar from the shirt underneath to be a little bit visible around here. Maybe put that there. And just have the armor kind of be very like red and black and white. Like the undershirt stuff is gonna be white, but like most of the armor on top, I'm thinking of making it red and black with like the yellow. Yeah, I think I'm cooking, but we'll get to that when we color it. That's like the armor chest plate area. I don't feel like giving him the waist one, so that's just gonna be more visible shirt, I guess. Oh, I'll get to that when we get to that. We gotta make femme versions on the characters for the original Tomodachi, yeah. Now you don't have to, because it gives you Sims level options of like how you want the characters to interact when it comes to romancing each other. I think one shoulder... Wait, what is Riddle again? Is he right-handed or left-handed? I need to double check, because I want... If I look at Cromwell real quick... Because, like, he has his sword arm... Yeah, his sword arm is very, like, unprotected, because he's a show-off. But then his other arm is, like... His left arm is, like, covered in armor. I kind of want to do that real quick. I keep forgetting because Riddle's Nendoroid figure is not, I don't think it has the same hand. Yeah, the Nendoroid figure gives him, like, a left-handed way to hold his staff when he's right-handed. Yeah. So that means that this shoulder that's visible is going to be the one with the armor that I want to make look like a rose. Ah! In my friend's OG game, it was Floyd and Ida, and now I'm rooting for Appel. Don't lose him, honey. Right. Yeah, Riddle is right-handed. I forget because, again, the Nendoroid figure, it gives him the staff on his left hand, but he's right-handed. But then again, I haven't really seen too much animation of how he actually holds the staff, and I really probably should. The Nendoroid figure is a little bit unreliable. But it's great reference for the staff anyway. Gonna clean this up a little bit later, but just know that's gonna be the Rose shoulder armor thing. Mainly because I don't feel like drawing the actual armor. At least for the upper arm area, because again, he's more of like a... I want their actual designs to kind of resemble more of like a main character design where it's like, yeah, it's basically the same thing as like the grunt versions of these outfits, but there's more design flair. Because like Frederick has his fancy shirt visible under his collar, and he's like the Great Knight, and I don't really like the armored units because I don't like drawing heavy armor all the time. I'm not a fan of it. I'm hoping Ida's not gonna be a homewrecker again, or Floyd to dump it out. Oof. I don't have a Switch 2, so I don't think I'll be getting the game for quite a long while. I don't know, I need some more convincing when it actually comes out to see all sorts of chaos. I need to be more convinced. Although I am convinced on getting a Switch 2 because I want the Pokemon. I want the Pokopia game. That looks so cute. I am convinced to try that one. Like, strongly. I've seen a lot of people playing that one. And I do kind of like the idea of designing a Pokemon town. They're both madly in love, so I'm rooting. Also, Silver and Floyd became good friends. How lovely. I will clean this up later, but that is going to be the arm, the forearm part, and both arms are going to have this, but you don't see the other arm because it's behind the horse. And I don't feel like drawing the horse properly because I don't draw horse good. And I don't really feel like drawing a horse today. Just know Vorpal also gets to have a fun little outfit. Drawing hands is always pretty tricky, but I feel like if you draw the fingers as cylinders, it's easier to figure out how to get them to look more hand-like and how you actually want it to look like. Like building it up. that's fine for now. We're just getting the idea of it down, you know. Oh, there's a lot more going on with the hand on there. Boy, this... It's like... I'm fine if I don't get all the details for it, but just imply what's there. Yeah! Celebrate. You deserve it. Don't let anyone ever tell you what you can or can't write, that's for sure. Because honestly, sometimes people don't know what actually makes a good little story. And it's always been about the angst. You need good drama. You need taboo things when you're writing. Not always, but like, you need something spicy going on. Not like that kind of spicy, but like drama, conflict, characters clashing. I feel like people forget that you need character conflicts sometimes. And yeah. There be shipping, but no shipping, angst, so many inspo. Mostly Owl House or She-Ra. Yeah, people also forget that you can be inspired by things while creating something. I feel like people forget that that's what most creators do. Like, most creators are inspired by something and they will take the elements of the things that they like and incorporate it into their stuff. It's like, yeah, that's kind of why these things get popular, is because you can feel the love. Like, Digital Circus probably is, like, one of the more modern examples of this, because, like, there's so many random things. So many random things that the creator was inspired by. And almost all the elements are there while also still telling a story that's, like, unique. You can't just create something original from thin air. You're always inspired by something. The uniqueness comes in how you incorporate all your inspirations together. Bye-bye. It was nice yapping. I will see you again. I don't want to focus too much on the details, though, on this. Because, like, these aren't going to be full illustrations or anything. It's just getting the idea down. If I ever feel like I want to draw a horse, maybe I'll come back to this. And I'm gonna take this more seriously as a full-on illustration. Because, like, I don't think I'm the first person to ever do anything like this anyway. And I'm fine with that. This is just my take on the idea of turning the characters into, like, more RPG-style units. I'm not good at drawing ruffles, but that's supposed to kind of look like the... I don't know what they're actually called, but like the pleats? The pleats of Riddle's shirt for his storm uniform. You you don't really see what the actual undershirt looks like, but like that's what that's supposed to. And then we have these parts of the armor, which I don't know the proper name of. I don't even know if they have a proper name. These things guarding your thighs. I know I want them to have the Hearts of Beale logo on them. Because that's also the thing with, like, the, unit designs that I want to do. Like, I want to make sure that the dorm uniform is kind of like... Well, the symbol for the dorm uniform is kind of like the, insignia on the armor. It's like their kingdom affiliation or whatever. But it's the dorm uniform logo. I need to brush up on terminology. And or how to draw people sitting on a horse, but we'll get to that when we get there. If I cleaned up these sketches more. And like Riddle's shoes already kind of look similar to like those armor shoe designs. So I might as well just draw him wearing his regular boots. It's like close enough. Because especially from the side, they really do look like it. But we know that when you look at it front on, it definitely has that heart shape. Whereas most of these armor designs are kind of just rounded at the top. Again, he's not going to get the full armor look like the actual reference I'm using. Because he is definitely keeping his shoes. I'll come back to clean that later. Now the saddle. Kind of gonna draw a little bit of it. It's not gonna be the best looking thing ever. But just to get the point across that he's sitting on like a saddle. And just to give Vorpal a little bit of a fancy outfit. I kind of forget what Vorpal looks like. Wrong thing. I just need to remember if the hair is like done up or not. But either way, it's probably gonna get covered.
No, Vorpal has like very short hair.
Yeah, you're not gonna see it. Horsey's getting armor.
Every knight has a horse with armor. Is only fair.
But again, I'm not drawing the full horse because I don't feel like it. I'm just looking at what the saddle looks like, and that's kind of vaguely what it looks like. There's like I guess the saddle blanket. This horse is going to be a little bit bigger than the sketch because I just realized I probably should have made it a little bigger. Again, I am not really a horse expert. Horse armor. I'll clean up the horse legs off stream. We're not really focusing on the horse. Actually, I'm just gonna get rid of most of that because it does not look good anyway. Cape. I want this to kind of be the sword thing. Is implying that's the strap to hold the sword or whatever. Or the staff. Because again, the shoulder armor thing is like right there. I want this arm to kind of have no shoulder armor. again, you can't really see that side. Yeah, the collar for this would be white, and then, like, you know, the cape was gonna still be black and red. I'll fix the horse later, okay? We're not here to focus on the horse, we're here to focus on Riddle. And there he is. Well, I might need to fix this later. I'm just gonna get rid of it because it's kind of... it's making it look like it's part of the thought. And I don't like that. Line art's a little sketch, but that's fine. I'm gonna draw offline more, but I haven't. I'll just come back to adding the details to this part a little later. I feel like I should at least do one of these on stream and another one off stream. Just so I can at least get this project finished. Because again, if I say I'm gonna draw something, I usually don't really draw it unless I kind of force myself by doing it live. It kind of forces me to finish some of these projects that I say I'm gonna draw. There we go. Still gonna need some more stuff to add later. But that's it for now. That horse is gonna need a lot of fixing, but this isn't about Vorpal, this is about Riddle. So, I'll probably do Deuce offline. He's just a soldier unit. He's like a very basic looking kind of thing. And I think it'd be more fun to try and draw Ace later, because I made him a thief. Anyway, thanks for stopping by. This is going to be the project for the week, I guess. Hopefully things work out a little bit better, so that we're not drowning in silence and having lag. Bye-bye.